with only having 1 day to prepare for North Carolina Wilmington, I thought our players really focused on what we tried to do today and set the tone right from the beginning of the game defensively. And this was a team, to me, that was very dangerous. You know, watching them on film, when you look at Jenny DeGraff and Madison Rocky and Timber Tate, they are 3 unbelievable three-point shooters on film. And their little point guard gets in there and feeds them in transition and penetrate kick and finds them. And they hit so many throughout, I mean, over the course of the games that I've watched. And I thought our players really did a good job defensively. I thought Yassine Diop set the tone right from the beginning, and everyone fed off of her energy, and we were able to create offense from our defense. So that was a great start for us, and I think it just continued over the course of the game. And then offensively, great to see Yaskeen scoring. Danielle Garvin getting back on track today. Pika was a spark off the bench. When you have 2 players with double-doubles, with Callista Walters and Yassine Diop, and then you have 4 players scoring in double figures, and you're sharing the basketball, 26 assists on 32 field goals. So good day overall. I didn't like the way we ended the game with the turnovers and giving them a chance and us having to put our starters back in the game to clean it up, but feeling good about the win today.
Yeah, what were some of the specific defensive adjustments you made against such a high-powered UNCW offense?
Well, they like to play fast, and I thought the more success we had on the offensive end of if we were able to get scores, it slows them down in transition. But it's matching up on their shooters, not coming off of their shooters on dribble penetration. You know, because they shoot the ball from 3 so well, you know, we were switching with some players. We were going under the screen on their point guard because of how great she is at penetrating and creating and having to come off on shooters to help. We tried to stay home on shooters, and she hit a 3, and I give it to her. That one was on me. And then the only other one they hit was right in front of me when Yassine kind of helped off and didn't close out to a shooter. But defensively, it was staying home on 3-point shooters. I thought late in the game, you know, they started to capitalize going inside because of us staying home on shooters, and I thought we could have come off on certain players and helped inside and not allowed them to exploit one-on-one matchups on the block. But overall, I'm just pleased with the energy that we played with today and being able to get some players back on track.
How are you guys able to adjust after a 3-game losing streak to just easily dismantle this UNCW wall?
You know, it was a tough stretch for us in the last 3 games. The first 2, one was a 1-point game where we had a shot to win the game. The second one was a 3-point loss on the road, and we had a 3 that could have tied it to send it to overtime. And, you know, we didn't finish those games. And then you go against a top 10 team in the country, and you compete for you don't compete for the first 4 minutes, but then for 3.5 quarters we battle. And I think we just tried to take what we did in those last 3.5 quarters and get that to carry over to today of just fighting and competing. And very easily our team, you know, could have lost a lot of confidence, and they responded. I thought yesterday's practice was really good. They were focused on what we needed to do against UNC Wilmington. They were focused on what we were trying to do offensively, hitting shots, the execution, and we shared the basketball today. And I think they realize, I mean, and they always know that when our assists, when we can have an assist on 26 out of 32 field goals I mean, that's an impressive stat. And when we share the basketball, we are much better than when we become a one-on-one team.
How would you assess the recent performances of the team's newest roster additions, specifically Pika, Danielle, and Kyla?
Pika is, you know, she's, you know, just proving her value each and every day. She's someone who just comes in and knocks down shots. And our players know they need to find her and create shots for her, whether it's through screens. You know, she is a spot-up shooter, so we need to be able to create for her, whether it's in transition, penetrating and kicking, or just making sure that we get her touches and scoring opportunities, because she will stretch the defense. So not only is she hitting shots, but now when she catches the ball and you hear people yelling "shooter," that teams are focusing on that. That's opening up driving lanes. That's opening up your post game inside when you have players who can stretch a defense like that. Danielle Garvin is so valuable for us as that stretch four, and she had been struggling up until today, and we continue to believe in her and know that what she is capable of doing. We've seen it in practice, and it was great to see her play with the confidence that she did. And over the course of this season, we need her to continue to play like that for us to be successful. And then Jayla and even Max, you can throw the two post players in there. We've gotten in foul trouble. We've been able to go to our bench. They've been giving us valuable minutes. I think they're getting better every day offensively, but what they provide right now is size, is defensive presence, is energy. They're giving our starters a breather. We're trying to mix up the combinations of who they're on the floor with and who they play well together. So those are two players that, we're definitely looking to get more and more playing time as we progress.
Besides Diop as the primary scorer, is it kind of for each game plan a little bit different, riding the hot hand? Last game against West Virginia was Kyla Nelson with a career-high 14. This time around, Pico with 12. Is it like a game plan specific, or is it kind of riding a hot hand?
Well, sometimes when you have new players and a young team, you never know who's going to show up and who's going to hit shots. So Yassine is someone that we will look to each and every game to be a scorer. Callista Walters is a presence inside. Danielle Garvin is a face-up four that we're looking to have production from. And then on the perimeter, it can be anyone's day. Pika, if we can get her shots off the bench, she has hit shots in each and every game that she's able to play some extended minutes. Kyla Nelson has, if you saw this player in the gym constantly, she wants to be good. She knows that when she's in out-of-bounds place, for instance, yesterday, we're up in the offices and we're preparing for practice, and we look down and she has a ball on a chair, and she's coming off of a screen, and now she comes around. And then finally one of our managers went onto the court, and one of the coaches went down when they saw her. But just because of getting a shot off an out-of-bounds play, she put the ball on the chair to come get it, to get her shot. The kid just wants to be so good and is so motivated, and you have to love what she does. And she's one of our most vocal leaders. She will get the team together when they're struggling in practice. She's constantly communicating on the bench, constantly on the court communicating. So, she's going to be an effective scorer for us because of what she brings at both ends of the floor. She brings hustle, she brings energy, she brings toughness to our team.
What do you guys plan to work on coming on to next week against Penn State and ACC play? What do you guys plan to work on specifically to become a better team?
I think we need to get in better shape. I think over the course of, you get in shape in the course of the preseason, and then you start playing games and you're trying to get in shape, you stay in shape, and then we have our practice guys in practice a few days a week, and sometimes they're standing on the sideline and one group goes against them, the second group, and so they're not on the entire practice. And I think with some players not playing as many minutes in a game, we tend to get out of shape by this time. So we usually use this time in the first couple days of this week. They'll be off tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll practice, and there'll be a lot of drills that are up and down, isolated segments. We'll do a lot of scrimmaging to play ourselves into shape, and then we'll be off Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday we will prepare for Penn State. But it's just really fine-tuning everything, getting players in the gym to get some shots up and just get better. We have to make a push to get better right now because our schedule is going to get tougher from here on in.
How did it feel to end the three-game skid?
It felt good. It's always hard coming off losses and coming into the gym, but we were on our home court, and I think we had a lot of support, and we worked on the little things that we were struggling with, and we came out with the win.
Yeah, you see, just included in your outstanding stat line, you accrued 5 assists. Do you think you'll have more of a playmaking role going forward as well as a scorer?
I guess it just goes game by game because you never know what the defense is gonna give to you. So today I know I could get to the basket and dishes, so it was I just explored it.
Pika, you had a career high with 12 points. How does it feel to continue to play well this season?
It feels really good. I know my teammates, they consistently yell at me to shoot the ball every time I catch it in practice. Even in the game, like if we come out of a timeout, they go, when I pass you the ball, just shoot it, just let it fly. And I feel like that helps me also, because normally I'd be like, oh, I'm not open. I sometimes overthink it, and I sometimes don't even shoot it, but they help me through it.
What do you think was the most effective thing you guys were able to do today against UNCW?
Can you say that again?
And what was the best thing you guys did today just against UNCW to be an easy win?
I'd say defense. Our defense was on point today, so that really brings our offenses. So, and we were able to knock down shots and get the easy baskets.
I guess this question will go to all of you. What do you think your major takeaways for this game were as you're preparing yourselves for ACC play?
Major takeaways as in what?
What did you think the best aspects of your team were today, and what do you need to improve on as well?
I think the major takeaway is just that we have to trust each other. You know, we have a couple games in the beginning of the season where, you know, we wouldn't make the extra pass, we wouldn't go for the rebounds, we'd do little things, and I think the main thing is that we're family and we're going to get through it together. We have to keep our heads up and trust each other.